and welcome back to our weekly live stream. My name is Alicia, and in this week's live lesson, we're going to talk about summer food vocabulary. Today, I'm going to talk about food, of course, food items that are popular during the summer, but I'm also going to talk about adjectives and verbs that we use to describe these foods. And I'm going to introduce some words you should be very careful about using if you join a summer barbecue or a summer party or event, okay? So I hope that today everybody learns about food culture, obviously, but also you pick up some new words to use and to be careful about using. And if you have some examples or if you want to share a summer food from your culture in the chat, please feel free, send it live. So as you join, please make sure to hit the like button and share this video so other people can find today's lesson. While we wait for everyone to join us live, I want to remind everybody about this banner at the bottom of the screen that says download your free 2,000-word ebook. The team has this free PDF ebook at EnglishClass101.com where you can find the 2,000 core words of English. The core words of English are the most commonly used words in everyday communication. So if you want to study the most important, the most useful, the most conversational words first, go download this free ebook. You don't have to pay anything to get this ebook. You need your name and an email address only to make an account at EnglishClass101.com, and then you can download it for free. So I'll remind you again of that later. Hello everybody who is joining. Hello in the YouTube chat. Hello Kai and Zach from China. What's up? Rocky, Natalie, Farah from Sudan. What's up? Can, hi. MDA from Bangladesh. What's up everybody? Welcome. Thank you for coming. Let's begin quickly. Hello Violet. Let's begin quickly because I always like to talk a lot. So let's begin today with popular food. I'll introduce probably some food you know, and then we're going to practice talking about these kinds of foods, okay? So first, probably the most important food or the most important thing to remember from today is barbecue. Barbecue, or sometimes we see it as BBQ, barbecue. Barbecue is a way of cooking something, but it's also a feeling. It's a style of party, okay? Super popular in the USA. We love to do barbecues in the summer. So usually barbecue involves meats. When we use meat in barbecue, we often use a sauce, like a spicy sauce or a sweet sauce, and then we put the meat on top of fire on a grill. We're going to talk about the verbs for this in just a moment in part 2, so stick around, so wait for that. So a barbecue has a few different meanings. Barbecue as a food style, number one, so I love barbecued meats, for example. Barbecue is a party style, like I'm going to have a barbecue this weekend. And number 3, barbecue is also the machine, the grill name. Okay, so there are 3 ways to use the word barbecue or BBQ. We also have a barbecue sauce as well. So please know there are many different ways to use barbecue, but they all mean this kind of cooking, this kind of event, this kind of food. Okay? And of course, I know many countries have their own style of barbecue. Yeah, I know like Brazilian barbecue especially is really like, there's a big Brazilian barbecue culture. There's barbecue culture in the south of the US that's really strong, where they do like low and slow. Okay? Second one, I think many of you already know a hot dog. In the USA, we call it a hot dog. A hot dog is, it looks just like a sausage, and then on both sides there is bread, right? So it's usually like a sandwich, yeah? There's a big debate. Is a hot dog a sandwich? It's up to you to decide. So a hot dog is a very popular food to eat because it's easy to eat with one hand. If you go to a party, if you go to a festival, if you're walking down the street, it's very easy to eat a hot dog, okay? Hot dogs, we usually, let's see, the most popular toppings are probably ketchup and mustard. Some people like relish, which is a pickle sauce, okay? The next one is, I think you probably all know this one, burgers. Burgers. You might think, this says burgers, why not hamburger or cheeseburger? Burger is the category for all of these. So a burger is just a patty, a meat patty with a bun on top and a bun on the bottom, and you can choose what goes in the middle. Lettuce, cheese, avocado, bacon, go crazy. So burgers, of course, are very popular. We love to make hot dogs and burgers at our barbecue parties. Okay, let me check the chat. People are going to share, I think, about their barbecue culture today. Risa wrote nice drawings. Thanks, Risa. There's a reason, there's many reasons I teach language, not art. Hikaru wrote, Texas Southern BBQ is literally the best. Yes, many people have strong feelings about barbecue styles. Which part of the country or which part of the world has the best barbecue style? You can put your opinion in the chat, okay? Zach wrote, we're having a barbecue in the backyard this Saturday to celebrate the end of exams. Ooh, that's a great reason to have a barbecue. That sounds so fun. I was talking with Control Desk before the live stream saying, this live makes me want to have a barbecue. Like I feel like I want to go have a summer barbecue now. Let's see, Rocky wrote, my favorite summer foods are barbecue steaks, french fries, fried rice, and fried noodles. Interesting. I would say fried rice and fried noodles are not so much summer foods in the USA. I will talk maybe later about street and carnival foods, which are usually deep fried sweets in the USA. What else you got? David wrote, barbecue here, sorry if that's hard to see, that's a Q, barbecue, the letter Q here. Here in Brazil is called churrasco. Yes, I've had churrasco before, very delicious. Okay, oh, you already fixed it, sorry, thanks David. Patrick, also from Brazil, our barbecue, we grill onion, green peppers, maybe, with meat. I'm not sure if power is the right word there. That sounds very yummy. Awesome Hyena wrote, peanut butter must be in that list. What? Please tell us more, Awesome Hyena. I have never heard of peanut butter being a summer food. Please tell us more. Okay, let's go to the next one. Corn on the cob. This connects to my beautiful artistic work here. This beautiful piece of art. Corn, probably many of you know this part, corn. Oh, that's really hard to see. That's not very helpful. So corn means the corn on the cob. This cob part means still attached to the piece it grows from. So maybe you've seen a little piece, the tiny yellow piece of corn, right? You think that's corn, like in soup, maybe, right? Corn on the cob. This part right here is the cob. It's the part that the corn is attached to. So this is a super popular and delicious summer food. We put the corn on the barbecue, usually with some salt and pepper and butter. So yummy, so delicious. So corn on the cob is a great summer food. You'll find it at barbecues, cookouts, picnics. So yummy. And it's very refreshing, which we'll talk about later. Okay. All right, next one is corn dogs. Okay, corn dogs is like if you put a hot dog and fried food together. It's just a hot dog deep fried. So a hot dog like this, the sausage part is covered in a breading, right? Like a breaded material. And then we put it in very hot oil and it fries it. It becomes a corn dog. It's so yummy. It's a really popular carnival food. It's really popular like at a street, like a city fair, like a county fair. It's really easy. It's on a stick like this. And then there's the, the food is right here. So it's really easy to walk and eat with ketchup and with mustard. Corn dogs, super yummy. I like them. Okay. Some answers are coming in here. Rocky wrote, my favorite one's also coffee crispy ice cream. I've never heard of that, but it sounds yummy. Violet wrote, barbecue, hamburgers, hot dogs are good in the US, I think. We hope. We are going to talk about what to do or how to explain it if you find someone making something that is not delicious. Okay. Let's go to the last three and then we'll continue to talking about these. Okay. The last ones are more about sweets. So a popular fruits and popular sweet treats we have. Watermelon, super popular. It's so refreshing. It's very light. It's easy to eat. Watermelon is so popular in summer in the US. Second, for dessert, we have Depending on the region of the USA, there are many names for this, but you might hear popsicle or ice pop. Usually, those two. You can use either of those two. Maybe you know a regional vocabulary word. Popsicles and ice pops are like this. Maybe it's hard to see, right? It's just sweet ice or ice cream on a stick. Very easy to eat. We call this a popsicle. So this comes from the word icicle. Icicle, maybe some of you, that's a new word maybe for many of you. An icicle is, you know, in winter it's really, really cold and water drips. Water comes from the top of the house, right? And over time, the water freezes and it makes this pattern, this kind of like sharp pattern, right? That's an icicle. So it's sharp ice from the top of your house. A popsicle is like that same idea. It's like something that's fun and easy to eat, but it's frozen and it's like ice. So that's like the two words together, an ice pop or a popsicle, okay? And last is a very popular drink. Many places like to enjoy iced tea, which just means it's a cold tea that has like a mild kind of flavor. Or in the south, in the southern parts of the US, sweet tea is very, very popular. For me, it's too sweet for me. Sweet tea, from my understanding, recipes for sweet tea use so much sugar. Like they put so much sugar. You might see sugar and maybe lemon, lots of lemon used in these different teas. But sweet tea is more popular in the south. Other places you might see lots of iced tea being used. Okay? All right, let me see the chat. Awesome Hyena says you're reading the core PDF. I'm at the 700th word. Okay, got it. Let's see. Yeah, Hikaru wrote the same thing. Be careful with sweet tea in the south. It is very sugary. Okay, great. Facebook. I don't know what's going on with Facebook today. Okay, let's take a quick break then, and then we're going to talk about how to describe these different foods, okay? So, if you missed it earlier, I want to remind you about this banner at the bottom of the screen, which says there's a free PDF ebook for these 2,000 words. These are the core words of English, the most commonly used words in everyday communication. So if you want to get this free PDF, you can check the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube, or above the video if you're watching on Facebook, and you will be able to study the most important words first. Okay, let's go to the next part then, where we're going to describe these foods. And if you haven't, please make sure to hit the like button and share this video so other people can find today's lesson. All right, so first, let's cover some verbs. What are some key verbs we use for food in the summer? First is to grill, to grill. Usually to grill a burger, or we can use it for something like a steak, or generally meat. We might also say grill veggies. Veggies is a casual way to say vegetables, okay? So we can say, I'm going to grill some burgers this weekend, or I'm going to grill some steaks tonight. Do you want to come over? Or we're going to grill some steaks and veggies and have a barbecue. So to grill means to cook over a fire, like on a barbecue, right? We're going to use the grill to cook something, yeah? So this is different. This is not the same as fry, like in a pan. It's not the same as saute. To grill means on top of this kind of arrangement, like this, inside a barbecue. And then under this, we have the fire down here, right, is where it's hot. So when we cook a steak or when we cook meat, on top of this, we say we are grilling that thing, right? So this is an important word for today. We use grill to talk about a lot of the different summer foods we like to enjoy. You can cook a hot dog on the grill if you want to. You can cook burgers. You can put corn on the cob on the grill. I don't think we put corn dogs on the grill. Maybe somebody does out there, but usually no. So you can put anything if you want, if you're ambitious enough on the grill, okay? The next word I want to talk about though is sizzle. Sizzle. This is not an action we do to something. This is a word we use to describe the state of something. For example, the burger is sizzling. Sizzling. So to sizzle means to be so hot you hear a sound from the heat escaping. So to sizzle sounds like that. Do you know what I mean? When you're cooking something in a hot pan and it goes, that is sizzling. So when you cook a burger and it's really, really hot, there's water that's coming out, it's going, that is sizzling. We say the burger is sizzling right now. Sometimes it's so hot outside, you feel it's similar, and you can say, oh my gosh, today it's sizzling hot outside. So to sizzle is a way to describe the status of the food. If someone says, hey, are the burgers ready yet? You can say, almost, they're sizzling, which means they're very, very hot and moisture is coming out. This live stream is making me hungry. Okay, let's go to the next key verb for today, to boil, to boil. To boil for today, we are going to use it to talk about corn. Many people like to use boiling as a way to prepare the corn. Because here in my beautiful drawing, I didn't include it, but corn in this manner comes with these leaves on top, right? And on these leaves, or rather inside these leaves, there are there's quite a lot of leaves, right? You guys know, you guys have seen corn. So we need to prepare these to make it easy to remove the leaves and remove the very fine hairs inside the corn, right? There's lots and lots of little hairs in here. Okay? So many people like to boil corn to prepare it. So to boil means to put it in boiling water to prepare it, okay? So to boil something means to put it in water until it reaches boiling temperature, where the water starts to bubble a lot, right? So that's called a boil, where it's really like, right? Really big bubbles. And then Control Desk has asked, because apparently Risa asked, the difference between boil and simmer. That's a good question. So I'll include simmer, to boil and to simmer here. Sorry, that's two M's. It's hard to see. S-I-M-M-E-R. To boil corn, or to boil anything, means to raise the temperature of the water until it reaches the level where the bubbles start, okay? So we have different levels. We can say a rolling boil, which is very, very like lively, a lively boil. Simmer, on the other hand, is a very low boil. So to simmer, like to simmer soup, for example, to simmer means to raise the water temperature to create the bubbles, to make it go, but to keep it just at that temperature. So it's very gently, like very gentle boil, the tiny, tiny, tiny boil. So this is an important difference. If you are making maybe a certain type of noodle, maybe you want a rolling boil. You want really lively bubbles, yeah? But if you want a soup, or if you're making something else that requires gentle, like poaching an egg maybe, you want a gentle, you want a simmer. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, oh my gosh, the chat is exploding. Hello chat, I'm sorry. Where can I start? Hikaru wrote, we're barbecuing this weekend. Is that true? That sounds fun. Let me see you. Zach wrote, as soon as the marinated steak hit the hot cast iron pan, it started to sizzle loudly, filling the kitchen with a mouth-watering aroma. Excellent. Did you write that, Zach? That's great. That's great. Okay, Rocky wrote, last year my dad and I had a barbecue for Father's Day. I love that. That sounds really fun. I would love to do that with my dad. Patrick wrote, teacher, this iced tea is like an orange juice, or is it a kind of drink that you can use to flavor fruits, etc.? Aha, good question. Iced tea, at least in the USA, it's tricky. Some families might have their own recipe. They use a certain fruit, or they have a special family recipe. But there are many iced tea flavors you can buy at the store. So the answer is it depends on the family for you, okay? All right, Can wrote, so a hot boil. Boiling is hot, yes. But the difference between boil and simmer is the level of the bubbles, right? If you want a really intense boil, lots of bubbles, and it's like coming out of the pot, that's a rolling boil, or a high, like a big, yeah, we would say a rolling boil. Simmer, it's chilling. It's a gentle boil. Patrick asks, can I use boil to make a soup or rice or beans? I am boiling beans. Is it correct? Yes. If you want to just anything technically, you can boil any food item. I'm not going to stop you. You can use it. If you put a food item in the hot water, you are boiling that thing, right? You can boil chicken, you can boil fish, you can boil vegetables. That's up to you. If it's delicious, I don't know. So yes, you can use it for all of these things. All right, let's see. Okay, let's move along. What haven't I talked about? Let's talk about these last three then. This one is to butter. You might be like, butter as a verb? Yes. Okay, to butter means to apply butter to something. So imagine you cut butter or you take some butter on a knife and you apply it to usually corn for today's lesson, to put it on corn or on bread, to butter bread. So we use the verb to butter. Yeah? So this is the action usually, to apply butter to something. Yeah? You might do this to prepare something before you like grill it or barbecue it also. All right. Next, I wanted to include this word today, to quench thirst. Maybe many of you know the word thirsty, right? I'm thirsty. I want to drink some water, right? This verb, to quench, okay? To quench means to relieve the feeling of something. We usually use it in this set phrase, to quench thirst. There are some other ways to use quench, but it usually means to like relieve a feeling, right? That like we needed to drink water so bad, and finally I got to have some water and it helped me so much. It relieves that feeling of being thirsty. So we do not use this to talk about hunger. We don't really say quench hunger. We don't say that. We use this for thirst, to quench thirst. So on a really hot day, you can say, oh my God, I just drank a huge glass of water. It quenched my thirst. Okay, so quench. To quench means to relieve the feeling of being thirsty. Okay? All right. Oh my gosh, chat, you're exploding today. I love it. Lethy wrote, can you butter a slice of bread for me? Great. You don't need a preposition there. To butter bread, right? To butter a slice of bread. You're great job, Lethy. Just no preposition. Okay. Zach wrote, nothing quenches thirst like a glass of ice-cold lemonade on a summer day. Perfect. Great. Are you writing these, Zach? You should tell me. Are you writing these yourself? Very nice. Okay. Let's go to the last one because I spent time drawing the image for this. To char. To char. Okay. To char for today is a burger. Okay. We're going to talk about this. To char, this part, C-H-A-R, means to cook something and make it turn black in color. So this is my beautiful burger, okay? Here, maybe we want the burger to be juicy, right? To be brown. But to char a burger means to continue cooking it, maybe to put it on top of the fire or on top of really strong heat until it becomes black, to char a burger. So, for some people, they really like this. Some people want a little bit of char on their burger. Some people really want that kind of black charcoal feeling when they eat a burger. Some people do not, okay? So, but the verb we use for this is to char, to cook something with fire until it becomes black, to char a burger, okay? All right. Char grilled, says Hikaru. Yes, to char grill something means to cook it over the grill to get a little bit of black. So it's very common to see a little bit of black. Like on the grill, you might see the little grill marks in your burger. That's very common, especially for steak. It's like we see it and we're like, wow, it was grilled. It's been made so nicely. So it is very popular. Okay. Great. Let's continue because time, oh my gosh, time. Let's go to adjectives. Let's start with nice adjectives, and then we're going to continue to some rude adjectives that you need to be careful about, but you need to know about. So, adjectives, I've used some today. First is juicy, a juicy burger or a juicy steak. This is maybe very easy to understand. Something that is juicy is something, for example, a burger, when you bite the burger or when you cut the burger, liquid comes out. We say that that is juicy. Oh, it's such a juicy burger. That is a juicy burger. So something that is juicy is positive. That's a compliment. if you go to a barbecue party at someone's house and they make some delicious burgers, you can say, oh, these burgers are so juicy, they're so good. That's a compliment. That's a very good compliment to take, okay, to your barbecue. The next two I want to talk about as a pair, crispy and crunchy. All right, what's the difference between crispy and crunchy? I want you to imagine, I think for today, a good way to imagine this is to think about the outside layer of, say, for example, like a fried chicken, yeah? When you eat fried chicken, the outside layer of the chicken, you feel like a when you bite into it, yeah? The outside layer. And then it's soft inside and you chew and eat it. Crunchy, however, is something that when you eat it, your teeth, as you eat it, it's like a kind of sound in your mouth, or in your head and in your mouth, right? Crispy is like the outside layer. So it's very light on the outside. It makes like that sound when you eat it, like fried chicken on the outside. Crunchy is something that is hard all the way through, yeah? So crispy outside, crunchy is often like some candies are really crunchy, yeah? Like a hard candy is really crunchy. We have to chew and chew and chew. It's like a really kind of, almost like rocks. That sounds terrible. But something that is hard to chew. Not necessarily difficult, but it makes a lot of sound, makes a crunching sound. Maybe it can help you if you can imagine walking on a road that has lots of rocks on it, the sound your foot makes on the road when you walk on the gravel. That's like a crunchy sound in your mouth. That's the difference, okay? All right, let's go to the next one, spicy. Spicy means hot. So something like a pepper. Jalapeno peppers are spicy. So black pepper for some people is spicy. Spicy is usually, I think, just a neutral phrase. We don't need to say that it's positive or negative. It's just a way to describe something. And last, I have refreshing. I used this to talk about watermelon earlier. So we have a bite of the watermelon and we feel refreshed afterwards. Ah, that's so nice. You feel cooler, you feel relieved. It's refreshing. Now, let's talk about some rude words over here. Okay, these words, I want to say they're not, like, if you use this word, it's not rude in itself. I put these as rude words because you should not say these words to the party host. Do not say these to the person who took the time to cook your meal unless you do it extremely delicately. Most of these I would not recommend it, okay? We always, yes, control this. We always want to compliment the person who is hosting. We want to show appreciation. Do not come to their party and then insult them, okay? But you should know these words because maybe you want to describe food later when you're talking to someone else. Do not tell the party host these words, okay? That's the rule. So, first, these two. Bland, B-L-A-N-D, bland and flavorless. Bland and flavorless. These really mean the same thing. If you say, oh, the food was bland, or the sauce was bland, or the meat was flavorless, this means there was no taste. Like, not even, oh, it tastes bad, but just there's just no taste. It's boring, in other words. The food had no spices, no seasoning. Like, if you go to a barbecue party and someone gives you chicken that has no salt, no pepper, no sauce, no nothing, you might be like, ooh, okay, this is really bland, or this chicken is flavorless, okay? Do not say this to the host. Do not say this to the host. If you try something and you think, oh, in your mind you think, oh, this is really bland, or this chicken is flavorless, your job quietly is to go to find some sauce. Usually at a barbecue party, there are different sauces, different things that you can find to enjoy together with your meal, right? Do not say to the host, hey, your chicken's bland. Do you have any sauce? No, very rude. You will not be invited to the party. You will lose your friend, maybe, unless they're really nice to you. So make sure that you use these in your mind or to talk to the situation about, like, with somebody else, okay? So your job is to go find a fix for yourself. Don't say that. The next two are rubbery and chewy. They are very closely related. First, let's talk about rubbery. Maybe many of you know rubber, right? So rubber, imagine like the tire of a car, right? That's made of rubber, intense rubber. Something that is rubbery is like when you eat it, it's like chewing a piece of rubber. It's like a tire or like a piece of gum. Like, I keep chewing, but it's rubber. It feels like it doesn't go away, you know? So rubbery is usually not something that's good. Usually this is a word that we use to talk about meats. I would say if it's like a piece of boiled chicken, maybe, if someone decides to cook a chicken in water, boil it for a long time, it might become very rubbery, hard to eat, okay? And then chewy. Chewy isn't necessarily the same as rubbery. To chew, the verb to chew means this motion, right? When you eat, I hope you always chew, right? You put your teeth together to make the food smaller. That is to chew. When we describe food as chewy, it means it takes time, like it's difficult to chew it. So like, this is not always negative. Like I might say when I eat like a dried mango, it's a little chewy. I have to try, I have to work a little bit. It's delicious, but it's a little bit chewy, right? I have to work hard to enjoy it. So chewy can be okay. It can be expected, like in my dried mango example. But if like meat is chewy, it's generally not a good thing, okay? So be careful with chewy. Second ones, these are opposite sides of the spectrum of meat cooking. So raw is something that is not cooked. Raw meat, we do not want to eat raw meat. Sushi is a different story. Raw meat is dangerous, right? We don't want to eat raw meat. So if food is raw, we just shouldn't eat it. What should you do if you get a burger and the host has made it and you're like, oh no, I think it's raw on the inside? I will tell you. If you get a raw burger, say, hey, thank you. First one, thank you for making this. I like my burgers a little more cooked. Can you throw it back on the grill? So I like my burgers a little more cooked. So you don't want to say, I don't like this, or this is bad, or you did something wrong. Say, thank you so much for making this. This is my preference. Can you just put this back on the grill? Thanks so much, right? This is a good way for everyone to save face. So if you have that happen. Overcooked. Remember earlier we talked about char. When a little bit of char, many people like that. They want that, okay? Overcooked means everything is black, or everything, like it's just too much cooking. It's become hard or become chewy or rubbery. We cannot save, to the best of my knowledge, an overcooked piece of meat. So you should just politely try to have a little bit maybe and eat some other food instead. Yeah. Okay, let's finish, because I'm late as usual. Let's finish with some other fun phrases and vocabulary. First, to get a brain freeze. This is something every child, I think, in the world has experienced. When you eat ice cream or a popsicle too fast, you put it in your mouth and you're eating it, it's so cold, and it touches your teeth and your mouth, and your head goes, oh, and you have to pause for a moment. You're like, ah, it's like, it's kind of painful, very uncomfortable. We call that a brain freeze. Like, I got a brain freeze. You can do this as an adult. Obviously, we learn as children, like, oh, I should eat this slowly and carefully. But we use the expression to get a brain freeze, or to have a brain freeze, when we talk about eating ice cream or eating popsicles or icy treats too quickly. So, to get a brain freeze, that's good, okay? The last two here are just how to express your summer party. So we can say to have a picnic, which means to take food to a park, or to take food out in nature and enjoy the nature. You can have a picnic in your yard also too, that's very common. Or we have to have a barbecue, which we talked about today. The key part here with a barbecue is you have a grill, a place to make the meat, a place to make the food, okay? So you can have a picnic, you can have a barbecue, go crazy. All right, so I'll finish there for today. Oh my gosh, that was really fun. I am very hungry now. I want to have a barbecue. But I have to finish there for today. So I hope that you all had a good chance to learn these new words. I'll move out of the way so you can take a screenshot real quick of my amazing and beautiful art. So I'll be back, of course, next week. I forget what next week's live stream topic was. Let me see really quickly. Yes, next week we're going to talk about music. This is one that we don't cover a lot. I will probably not go crazy deep on, like, it's not going to be about like music theory, right? That kind of thing. We're going to talk about how to express your opinions about music. How do you describe someone's style, or how do you describe someone's performance, right? That kind of thing. So it's not going to be learning music. We're going to talk about explaining your opinions for music. So please join me next week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for that. That'll be fun. Okay, so we'll finish up there, but my last chance to remind you today, there is a free PDF for you to download from EnglishClass101.com. So check it now. The live is over, so go download your free PDF cheat sheet so you can learn the most important words first. All right, so I'll see you again next week, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me in this week's live lesson. I hope you learned some new things about some delicious food, and you try them when you get the chance. It's so yummy. So I will wish you all a happy day, a happy evening, wherever you are in the world. Have a great day, have a great week, have a great weekend, and I will see you again next week.